had the Asus Chromebook Plus CX34 for about a week now, and I have some thoughts. Let's start off with the design. When I picked up the CX34 from the box, I was kind of shook with how the top of the laptop felt. The white looks really clean and sleek, but the top actually has this really smooth, glossy lid that almost feels like glass. It has the smoothness of glass, but it definitely doesn't feel easily breakable like glass does. It's hard to describe. On the right side of the laptop, we have an HDMI port, 2 USB Type-A ports, a USB-C port, and a 3.5mm audio combo jack. On the left side, we have another USB-C port, and around the hinges, we have some fans. This laptop does a really good job of hiding the fans by the hinge and on the bottom. The material on the bottom also feels significantly different from the top. It has a rugged feel to it, which makes it feel super durable. We'll talk about performance in a bit, but in my testing, the fans did come on pretty quickly. The good thing though is that the sound is barely noticeable. Another cool design feature with this laptop is that the hinges actually allow the 14-inch 1080p display to lie completely flat at 180 degrees. In my opinion, it kind of looks a little funny, and I'm not sure if I'd actually want to use the laptop like this, but I could see someone maybe using this feature for taking notes or sharing a screen. This laptop features a backlit keyboard, and the keys have just the right amount of travel in my opinion. They're super clicky. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the build on this laptop. The trackpad is also pretty good quality and is about 5.7 inches in size, so the size is pretty good. Now let's talk about Chrome OS on the new Chromebook Pluses. Chrome OS now features Material U. Material U makes the interface look very clean, and the way it can automatically change the color schemes to match your wallpaper across the entire OS is actually pretty sleek. I'm a huge fan of the design and like how well you can customize it or just have Chrome OS do it for you. The possibilities really feel endless. Even the quick setting options in the bottom right like Control Center, Notifications, and Calendar also match a Material U design. Beyond color scheme, the actual design is pretty well done. Chrome OS by nature has web-based apps, so anytime you open up Google Sheets, Docs, or YouTube, it'll actually open up a web page. This keeps things light in terms of storage on your laptop. If you do want to download real apps though, you can still do that. Chromebook Pluses have access to the Google Play Store, so you can download any app or game from the App Store that's available on Android. In my testing, they worked pretty well. I actually played quite a few games on here, which I'll get to in a bit. All of the new Chromebook Plus devices are also equipped with some really cool AI features. One of the coolest features that's been available on the Pixel phones is the Magic Eraser. Chromebook Pluses have this feature now built in using Google Photos. The way it works is really easy. Just open up any picture where you want to remove some objects, go to Edit, and then look for Magic Eraser in Google Photos. The tool will automatically suggest things that might want to be erased using AI, and you can easily click Erase All to remove them. In this picture, from afar, it looks pretty good, but closer up, it does look a little blurry. Regardless, it's still a handy feature, and I'm sure it'll get better with time. There's also another AI feature for when you're in Google Meet calls that enhances your lighting. When turned on, your face will actually illuminate as if you have a spotlight on you. It's pretty cool. It also uses AI to remove any background noises so that your voice always comes out crystal clear. From a gaming perspective, the CX34 handles tablet games pretty well. Performance-wise, the Asus CX34 features an Intel Core i3 processor with 8 gigs of RAM. Chromebook Pluses are designed to be twice as fast as regular Chromebooks, and this speed boost definitely helps. Most consumers will likely be using Chromebooks for everyday things like browsing the web, writing docs, or emails, but if they want a game, they can actually do so with any Android game that's already out there. In my tests, gaming was actually pretty smooth. I played some Minecraft and it never lagged or felt slow. It actually looks pretty nice on this matte display. I could tell that the fans would turn on, but they'd be so low and not noticeable. I also tried out Asphalt 8, which I feel like is a classic Android game, and it ran pretty fine. The graphics were okay, but I think that's more to do with the game than the actual laptop. Then I tried out Solar Smash, which is pretty graphics intensive, and that looked amazing on this laptop. With the amount of explosions that were happening, the game never lagged or lost a frame. If you're into Android or mobile gaming, this laptop performs really well. Something that I do wish was a little bit better on this device would be sound. The Asus CX34 actually has downward facing speakers, so the sound can sound kind of lacking depending on how you're using the laptop. I'm really big on sound, and I think this is an area that I'd really like to see improvement on in the future. So who is this laptop really for? So I think this is a really good alternative to an iPad, which is around the same price, but what's really cool about these devices is that it actually has a built-in keyboard that's backlit already without having to purchase it separately. I think the Chromebook Pluses are going to be a hit in the education market because of the size and form factor, and they're actually pretty powerful for what students would be using it for. I think this is also a really good entry-level type laptop for consumers that just want to browse the web or check emails or do basic things like Google Docs and Google Sheets. And this does it pretty well, and I didn't see it slow down at all. Overall though, I think this is a pretty great laptop. So that was my quick review of the Asus Chromebook Plus CX34. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be picking one up and what your thoughts are.